Welcome back, toy fans, to episode 210 of Reynolds Reviews, and on today's episode we're going to take a look at some general pickups. Cue the march. Welcome back everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we are going to take a look at some general pickups that I've managed to grab in the last few weeks. Now, it's quite nice sometimes just to do a general pickups video. My videos generally always have a theme of one particular toy line, so it's nice just to get to a generalised video. So in the last few weeks I've managed to snag a few items, some really nice bits in there as well. So let's jump straight in and take a look at what I'm adding to the collection this week. Okay folks, so we're going to start with the ThunderCats. Now, these figures aren't figures that I got in the last few weeks. These aren't the pickups. I've already got the Mumra. Now, if you remember, if you follow this channel closely, you'll know that Mumra came from our Dave over at Monkey Boys Toys. He was very generous and gifted me Mumra with his headdress. But over the last few weeks, I have picked up his accessories. Now, if I'm completely honest, I got the dagger before I got the sword. I got the sword in the last couple of weeks off Derby Collector. I can't remember if I got the dagger off Steve as well, so I'm sorry Steve if the dagger came from you as well and I can't quite remember. I think when I got it off Dave it only came with the headgear. I think I got the dagger off Steve and I got the sword off Steve only a couple of weeks ago, so I'm tempted to say Mumra is now complete. However, he's not really complete, is he? Because he should come with the power ring, because I actually at this point have no idea if his eyes work. Now, his eyes should light up, but I don't have the power ring, so I suppose technically he's not complete, but I do have now his headgear, his dagger and his sword, so accessories wise he is complete, but I do need the power ring actually. I'd like to get that and test if his eyes work. But, so there we go. We have got Mumra, I guess to a point complete, accessories wise. I mean, obviously the power ring you don't actually sort of display with the figure, I guess, but really happy now to get all the accessories for Mumra and kind of complete him. I'm tempted to say he's not really complete because I feel I shouldn't get the power ring, but there we go. So that is Mumra. So very pleased to get the sword to finish him off and the dagger as well. But then we've got Groon at the other side now. If you remember, Groon was actually gifted to me by our Eddie over at Infinite Toys OKC as well. Now, again, not in the best shape. I might actually try to restore these guys a little bit. Maybe just touch up the paint here and there. They're not expensive figures, so I don't necessarily have issue doing that. But Groon was gifted to me by Eddie. But again, he came as a bare bones figure. So Groon should come with a mace. And it should also come with almost like knuckle dusters. So as you can see, I managed to pick up the spiked knuckle dusters from Steve in the last few weeks. I just need to get his mace and then Groom will be complete. So some nice little pickups. I do like picking up accessories here and there, try and complete figures. I do enjoy buying figures incomplete, or in this case I was gifted figures incomplete, but I do enjoy completing them over time. So just got Groom's mace to go. But yeah, just some nice little pickups there to start completing these figures. So okay, so let's move on to the next pickups. Okay, so moving on to the next one, guys, and as you can see, we've got a Tiger Force Duke. Now, Steve knows that I'm collecting G.I. Joe a little bit here and there now, and he knows I'm a big fan of Tiger Force, so bless him, he has a tendency when he sends me anything or when I buy anything off him, he has a tendency to slip in a little free gift when he sends me any packages, and this time was no exception. So bless him, he threw in a Tiger Force Duke. Now, as you can see, he's a bare bones figure, but that's absolutely fine. Like I said, I enjoy completing figures over time. But what I think is quite unique about this character is when you think about all the other Tiger Force figures, when you get the trademark Tiger Force or Tiger striped sort of gear that they're wearing, it's usually quite a bright orange, whereas Duke's pants are almost like a beigey brown. They haven't got that sort of trademark bright orange with the tiger stripes, but I just think it's a really cool figure. So released in 1988, I'm going to have a real blast completing this guy. And he's actually in really good shape. His limbs are pretty tight. No elbow crack. Oh no, there is a tiny elbow crack there. I've just spotted it. But I don't mind that. I really don't. But he's in great shape. His limbs are tight. His waistband is tight as well. So I'm going to enjoy completing this guy over time. But yeah, a really, really cool figure. And again, Steve just threw it in as a freebie. So I really do appreciate it, Steve. I love the Tiger Force line. I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to enjoy trying to complete this guy. I'm picking up another few G.I. Joe figures as well. Maybe something I can pick up at NEC, who knows? But yeah, really pleased to get this guy into the Tiger Force collection. And I'll be trying to complete him ASAP. So thank you, Steve. Very generous of you, mate. I really, really do appreciate it. Okay, moving on to the next one. Okay folks, and my next pickup is this guy, and this is Boulder from the Rock Lords. Now again, if you follow the channel closely, you'll know that I've started picking up Rock Lords again in the last couple of months. A forgotten line from my childhood. I did have these when I was a kid, completely forgot I had them until I spotted a few on Facebook and eBay, and then I thought, yeah, I've got to start picking these up. Quite cheap as well, which is great. You know, it is quite a big line, but if you only want to get a certain few, and I only want to get a certain few, I don't want them all, they're pretty affordable. But this is Boulder, and as you can see, he's got no accessory. He only comes with one accessory. It's a weird looking gun thing. Don't ask me what it's officially called. I don't really know what it is. But again, these are just something I can complete over time. But I do like this guy, and I think this is one of the better looking Rock Lords. You know, what he's in, again, humanoid mode, I don't know what you want to call it. I think he looks really, really good in this mode. Now, I will transform him into a boulder in a second. I'm not really sure why there's any point showing the boulder. It's just a boulder, but I'll do it anyway. But yeah, Steve contacted me and said, do you need this guy? I said, yeah, I do. And he looks fantastic in the Rock Lords collection. So released in 90, I want to say 85. It's either 85 or 86. I can't remember right at this moment in time, but really cool. And they were released by Tonka and by Bandai, depending on where you were in the world, UK or in the US or anywhere like that. But yeah, really like this guy, and he looks great in the collection. So let's just quickly transform him. And there we go folks, there he is in Boulder mode. Now again, not much to look at in Boulder mode, but he's actually one of the better ones when he's transformed into the Boulder, because some of them, you can like kind of still see their faces and things like that, and still see certain bits inside, but this one is actually pretty good. So yeah, so there we go, that is Boulder from the Rock Lords. Let's move on to the final pickup. And there we go folks, now another franchise that is very, very close to my heart from childhood is Bill and Ted. In the last few weeks, I picked up this Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth from Fig Biz. Now, you might look at Fig Biz at the logo and think that looks very much like the Toy Biz logo. And I believe they are connected. I haven't actually looked into it properly, but I believe they are connected. And this was released back in, I think it was either 2020 or 2021. And there's a reason behind me buying this. Now, it's kind of been bought as a placeholder for a certain line that, I mean, this will give it away, but another line that is coming up on the channel in the next few weeks, another new line that I'm collecting in the room. So that'll be the third new line I'm showing you. There are two more to come yet. But I bought this with the idea of going with this particular line now. And I just thought, I saw this and Steve said he had it, and I just thought, yeah, that's great. So I picked this up. So it's the time travelling phone booth from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. You've got the phone sign that glows in the dark at the top. And I just think the packaging and the movie Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey for that matter, I just loved as a kid. And I love the characters, these sort of two high school dropouts that just happy-go-lucky and just want to be in a band and play their music. And I just love the way that Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter portray the characters. So I picked this up with an idea in mind that will become apparent in the next few weeks on the channel. Let's just spin it round. So as you can see, we've got an image of the phone booth on the back, and then Bill and Ted, the figures that actually accompany this particular line with this phone booth. I don't think I'm going to pick those up. They do look really nice, but they're quite expensive and quite hard to find in the UK. But like I said, I'm not going to pick them up because this particular line, I don't plan to invest in. This is to go with, I'll be honest, the Kenner line, which is coming on the channel. But the Kenner phone booth is so expensive, but these are just so cool. They also did release these figures for the Bogus Journey as well. Again, they look very, very cool. I mean, I say I'm not going to pick them up. I don't plan to, and I did say I'm laying off modern lines, but if I was to find these at a decent price, I think I could probably be tempted by them, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, there we go. I've also picked up the Fig Biz Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth. Like I said, the reason for picking this up will become even more apparent in the coming weeks, so keep an eye on the channel. There may be another Reynolds wheel and deal coming in there as well. But yeah, I just love this line, love the packaging, and it was very, very appealing. And when Steve said to me that he had it, I thought, yeah, you know what, I'll pick that up. So there we go. We've got the Fig Biz 2021, I think it was released, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth. Okay, let's get everything back on the table and we'll wrap up. And there we go folks, everything back on the table, and I think you'll agree, some nice additions to the collection this week. So we've finally got, like I said, kind of complete Mum-Ra without the power ring, but all his accessories are there now. We've got his sword, we've got his dagger, and we've got his headgear. We've got Boulder from the Rock Lords, minus his weapon. Again, I'm sure I'll pick that up at some point. We've got Tiger Force Duke. Thank you, Steve, for sending me that. Very generous of you. We've now got Groom with one of his accessories. I'm now on the lookout for the mace. And of course, we've got the FigBiz 2021 Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure phone booth. Again, keep an eye on the channel, folks. It will become more apparent why I've picked that up in the coming weeks. But yeah, I think you'll agree, a pretty nice mini haul there. So there we go, folks. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, you know the deal by now, guys. All that good stuff. Leave a comment. I try to read everyone's comment and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.